The only person you're destined to become is the person you decide to be. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Let's be real. This isn't about motivation. This isn't about talent. This is about one thing and one thing only: discipline. The quiet, brutal, invisible war that you fight every single day. Not with the world, not with your past, not with your enemies, but with yourself. Because it's always been you versus you. 1. The first enemy: comfort. Let's talk about comfort, the seductive trap that whispers, "It's okay. Rest a little longer. You deserve it." Comfort is the most dangerous enemy because it doesn't scream. It soothes. It tricks you into thinking you're safe, that tomorrow will always be there, that average is acceptable. But deep down, something inside you burns. You know you're capable of more. You've seen glimpses of your potential. In those rare moments when you pushed, when you didn't quit, when you said enough. Discipline is the act of choosing your future over your feelings. When you get out of bed when you don't feel like it. When you show up, even when nobody's watching. When you train, when you study, when you grind. Not because you feel motivated, but because you made a promise to yourself. Discipline isn't a mood. It's a muscle, and it gets stronger every time you say no to the easy way. 2. The mirror test. Look in the mirror. No lies. No filters. Just you and the reflection of every decision you've made. The body you see, built or broken by discipline. The skills you have, sharpened or dulled by discipline. Your habits, your income, your confidence, all the result of consistent decisions made when no one else was watching. You want more out of life? You want respect, success, power, peace? You have to earn it. Every single day. This is not a once-in-a-while thing. This is war. You versus the part of you that makes excuses. You versus the part that hits snooze. You versus the old story you keep telling yourself. The world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe it to yourself to show up, to step up, to rise above your past, and become who you were born to be. Every morning you wake up, the war begins. Not outside, not against other people, not against life. The real war, the one that decides everything, is fought inside your mind. This is the story of that battle. This is about discipline. This is about the voice that says do it when everything inside you screams quit. This is about you versus you. Let's go to war. Chapter 1. The myth of motivation. Most people wait for motivation. They wait for a spark, for inspiration, for a feeling of readiness. But here's the truth. Motivation is a liar. It comes and goes. It's inconsistent. It disappears when you need it most. Discipline is the opposite. It's cold. It's consistent. It shows up every day, rain or shine. It doesn't care how you feel. It just does the work. You don't need motivation. You need structure. You need standards. You need to raise the bar on yourself. Because every time you act without motivation, you're building power. You're building proof that you're in control. You're not a slave to your emotions. You're a builder, a doer, a warrior. Discipline doesn't wait. It moves. It executes. It wins. Chapter 2. Your worst enemy. You are your greatest opponent. Not because you're weak, but because you're clever. You know your own weaknesses. You know your favorite excuses. You know how to justify delay, laziness, and fear. But deep down, you also know something else. You know who you could be if you stopped giving in. You've seen glimpses of that version of you. The strong one, the focused one, the relentless one. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you're meant to be. And that bridge is built with sacrifice, discomfort, repetition, and effort. The enemy is not out there. It's the voice in your head saying, just this once. Take a break. Do it later. You need to silence that voice with action. Show it who's boss. Chapter 3. The death of excuses. Excuses are lies. They're dressed up as reasons, but they are masks for fear and weakness. I'm tired. I'm too busy. I'll start tomorrow. How many times have you said these? How many times have you believed them? Discipline starts the moment you stop lying to yourself. When you own your time, when you own your choices, when you stop blaming your environment or your past. Excuses make you feel better temporarily. Discipline makes you better permanently. Choose wisely. Chapter 4. The power of small wins. Discipline isn't built with huge achievements. It's built in the daily grind, the small wins, waking up on time, reading 10 pages, working out when you don't feel like it. Small wins compound. They create a pattern, a rhythm of excellence. You want to change your life? Change your day. Win the morning. Win the afternoon. Win the evening. Discipline is the art of momentum. It's stacking tiny victories until they form an unstoppable force. Don't wait for a miracle. Be consistent. Be boring. Be relentless. That's how greatness is built. Chapter 5. The pain of regret versus the pain of discipline. There are two kinds of pain in life. The pain of discipline. The pain of regret. Discipline hurts. It burns. It's uncomfortable. But it leads to pride, results, and progress. Regret? Regret is silent agony. It's wishing you had started sooner. It's the heaviness of knowing you let yourself down. You choose your pain. You either suffer now to rise later, or you avoid pain now and suffer for years. Every hard decision you make now is an investment. You versus you. You get to decide which pain you'll carry. Chapter 6. The routine is sacred. Winners don't rise to the occasion. They fall to their level of preparation. Discipline is forged in routine. What you do daily creates who you are permanently. Wake up early. Train hard. Eat clean. Read. Study. Meditate. Reflect. The more boring your routine, the more powerful your life. Freedom doesn't come from chaos. It comes from structure. The most disciplined people have the most freedom because they've built systems that carry them forward even when motivation dies. Your routine is your anchor. Don't break it. Chapter 7. The long game. Discipline isn't a 30-day challenge. It's not a season. It's a lifestyle. Real discipline thinks in decades. It asks, who will I be in 10 years if I keep showing up like this? Stop chasing hacks. Stop chasing shortcuts. They're traps. The only shortcut is the long way, the disciplined way. Fall in love with the process. Honor the grind. Play the long game. Chapter 8. Burn the old you. If you want to become someone new, you must be willing to kill who you used to be. The lazy version. The scared version. The one who settles. Discipline is death and rebirth. You bury the excuses. You bury the lies. You bury the past. And from those ashes, you rise, reborn in fire and purpose. No one is coming to save you. No one owes you anything. This is you versus you. And the old you must die for the new one to live. Chapter 9. The environment of excellence. Discipline is not just what you do, it's where you live. Your environment matters. The people around you matter. The energy in your room, your workspace, your habits, they all shape your future. Cut out distractions. Clean your space. Surround yourself with focused, hungry people. Create a world where the disciplined version of you thrives. Protect your environment like your future depends on it, because it does. Chapter 10. Relentless forward motion. Discipline is not perfection. You will fall. You will fail. You will have days where the old you wins. That's okay. What matters is the next move. Relentless forward motion. Always forward. Discipline isn't about never falling. It's about rising faster every time. You versus you isn't one in a day. It's one in the days you bounce back. Final chapter. The warrior code. Discipline is your code. It's the contract you write with yourself and keep in the dark. You are a warrior, not because you fight the world, but because you conquer yourself. You say no when it's hard. You show up when it's easier to quit. You push when it's painful. You grow when it's uncomfortable. You are your only competition, and every day is a test. Discipline is not something you have. It's something you become. And when you choose discipline, real, brutal, consistent discipline, you win the war. You become unstoppable. This is the way. This is the mission. This is the moment. You versus you. Now go win.